Alright, hello everyone, it's Team Rocket Draws here with another Pokemon drawing tutorial, and for this video guys, we're going to be drawing Eiscue. So as you guys can see on screen, this is how it ends up looking like. So if you guys want to learn how to draw it, then let's get started. I'm also going to put up a reference right now on screen, that way it's easier for you guys to draw, and at the same time you guys will get all your details. Just keep in mind guys that we are going to start off by doing a sketch, and then from there on you guys are going to do your final drawing, so remember to do your lines light. Alright, so first of all we're going to start by doing a square shape guys. You guys could just go ahead and do it, but right here I'm just using a spare piece of paper just to measure half of the square, and then I just use that to get the other sides, if that makes any sense. And right now right here I just marked out, you know, half and half, and then we're gonna do another line that's actually the length of the square as well. Once we have that, we're gonna do this line for the underside of the actual ice cube. I do change that later on. Now for the body, I make the body a little bit, I make him a little bit chubbier than he's supposed to, so I do erase that, and then I just fix it right here. And remember guys, you guys can pause the video, that way you guys can go at your own pace. Now for the feet, now this one actually it takes me a few tries to get the right size. I make it a little bit bigger, then I have it right here later on. Now for the black part right there on his body, it sticks out. Now I do this reference line right there going in the middle of the body just to help us place the arms. That way we know how long to make them, or how low. Now for these little triangles, I do fix them later on guys, because I realized that they're at the same level as the arms, so I do raise them up later on. And then I do a reference line going in the middle of each of the squares, and that just helps me place the actual eyes. And then with using my spare piece of paper, I do measure them just to make sure that they're even. Now we could just cut the corners right there from the actual ice cube, and now it's a matter of just erasing some of these reference lines that we were using before. So like I mentioned before, I don't know if I mentioned it, so I do raise the bottom of the ice cube right now. There we go. Just because I wasn't liking where it was, like, I don't know, it just didn't look right. So now that we have our sketch guys, this is where just go over your sketch, look at the reference, and if something doesn't look right, now it's going to be really noticeable, and now's the perfect time to change it. For example, for me it was that foot, and then once I have that guys, once I'm happy with the actual sketch, I do erase the whole drawing. And even though I'm erasing it, I can still see those lines. You guys can probably still see them on the actual video, but in person they're a little bit more, they stand out a little bit more. So I just go over them, and the reason I do that is just because the final drawing comes out a lot cleaner. So just going over the same sketch, and so I do, like I mentioned before, I do erase those little blue triangles that he has on the body right here. And we're basically done guys. So I do end up coloring it. I end up using my watercolor pencils and my color pencils in order to color them. So you guys see me here using the actual watercolor pencils, and then I just go over it with the brush and water just to lay down the base color for Eiscue. So once it dries, I go over it with the color pencil, and then I use a color pencil blender in order to get it a little bit more softer. And I just go over it with my color pencils and add a little bit blue to the actual black area to his arms, just because it helps a little bit. And yeah, there's not much to Eiscue guys. He's actually pretty simple. One of those things that I noticed, and then right here I'm just outlining it in pencil just to make it stand out a little bit more, since the actual watercolor and the color pencils kind of go over the pencil. So just making the final outline, it just makes it stand a little bit more, because I don't want to use a Sharpie or an outliner or something, because I don't want it to stand out too much with the color pencils. Something that I noticed right now looking at the reference is, on the reference the actual shape of the head is a little bit more of a like rectangle. That's something you guys could fix on yours. I think I would have done mine a little bit better if I would have done the eyes a little bit smaller. I think it would have looked a lot better. And so the actual shape of the head, you guys could always work with it. Even now, maybe not now because I colored it and I used the watercolors, but I can still probably go back and change the shape a little bit and make it more of a rectangle. But even so, it still looks like Eiscue to me, so I'm pretty happy with it. And for the shadows at the bottom, I made them a little bit blue. So the actual reference that you guys see now, guys, I don't know why. I think it's because of the chroma Kier. I don't know how to pronounce that. If you guys are not familiar with stuff like that, it's basically an effect that will change the background. It will make it transparent, whatever color. So the background for the actual reference, I had to change it because I couldn't find the transparent one. I made it green. So once I used that effect, it kind of made the blue stand out a little bit, just because the blue and the green are kind of similar in the tone and whatnot. So it made it a little bit darker and it made it a little bit more saturated. So that's why you see a little bit more blue on the actual Eiscue, and as well as the shadows by the legs. So the actual reference doesn't really have that. You guys can probably find it online, but I'm happy by the way it came out. I actually really like it. It's just one of those things that if I could go back and change, would be just the shape of the head a little bit, but overall I'm pretty happy with this. So hopefully I was able to help you guys out. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys ended up drawing Eiscue. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it, guys. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next one. Team Rocket Draws out.